Today, we're talking about the cost of delay. Why waiting to start your marketing, to create content, to build your personal brand is probably the most expensive mistake that a coach can make. I want you to think about something for a second. Imagine one of your clients comes to you and says, "I'm not ready to start yet. I want to get in better shape first. I'll sign up and start training with you when I'm more prepared." What would you say to them? Probably something like, "Listen, you're never going to be ready. There's never going to be a perfect time. The preparation is the actual training. You get better by starting, not by waiting to start." Am I right? So let me ask you something. Why are you waiting? Why are you taking the same mindset that you would encourage a client to avoid and bringing that into your coaching business? Delayed action, hesitation, procrastination when it comes to building our business. It's the most expensive mistake that we can make. Every single day that you wait, these things are happening. The market is moving and evolving. Other coaches are getting in the reps with their content and their marketing, and they're getting better. And when it comes to client acquisition, the gap between where you are and those that are already starting keeps widening. So today, I'm going to give you 5 reasons why starting now matters more than being ready. And I'm going to share exactly what's at stake if you decide to keep waiting. Let's get into it. Reason number 1. The market is maturing rapidly. You'll hear a lot of people say the market is saturated. I don't think it's saturated, it's just maturing. More and more coaches are entering the space every single day. And that's not a bad thing because it means that more people believe in what we do, but it also means that the bar is rising. Just a few years ago, you could pretty quickly build an online audience with pretty low effort generic content. Just showing up consistently was kind of enough to stand out, and it really wasn't that challenging to land online clients. Fast forward to today, clients now have choice, lots of choice, and they know it. They shop for coaches, they compare coaches, they do their research, they look for specificity. They look for the coach who they think can confidently serve the needs that they have, that feels like them, that aligns with the style they're looking for. The coaches who are having success with personal brand development and content creation are succeeding because they've positioned themselves as the perfect right coach for a specific person. That positioning takes time to build. Getting good at creating content takes a lot of reps. Building a bingeable body of work that reflects your coaching and deeply serves your ideal client compounds, but takes time. The longer you wait to start, the more differentiated you're going to need to be from day one. So while you're waiting to feel ready, the rest of the market just keeps raising the standard on what ready looks like. Reason number 2, we're currently in this small window of time where there's a content distribution advantage, and it won't last forever. But the algorithms are actually favoring smaller accounts at the moment. Instagram has shared that it's giving distribution priority to those accounts with under 10,000 followers. You actually don't necessarily need followers. Discovery of your content is actually way easier than it used to be. It's no longer dependent on the people following you. Your content actually does the targeting for you, and the algorithm will distribute your content to the people it knows wants to see it. But here's the thing. This is now. They're constantly refining and tweaking the algorithms. This window of opportunity won't last forever. They'll tweak things, they'll change things. And as I've mentioned in a previous episode, AI content is starting to flood the social feeds. And when that reaches critical mass and consumer trust drops even more, it'll be harder for your content to break through. But right now, your content can actually reach your ideal client, and that is a gift. So I want you to use it. Every week you wait is a missed opportunity to get better at content creation, to build an audience of your ideal client, to create real connection, to coach through your content, and to actually influence client acquisition. So by waiting, you might actually miss this opportunity. Reason number 3, your content is an asset. And assets take time to compound. Compare this to your finances. Think about compounding interest for a second. The reason compounding interest is so powerful isn't from the interest itself. It's from the time that it has to grow. Just like you've probably been encouraged to start saving from a young age or investing from a young age, starting early with small, consistent inputs can turn into something significant over years. Start late and you're always playing catch up. Your content works the same way, especially with your long-form video on YouTube. Every video you publish lives there permanently. It has the potential to be found by new people for years. Every video you publish builds on the last, creating a body of work that clients and potential clients can binge, get to know you, build trust in you, pre-decide that you're the coach to work with, marketing making sales easier for you. Your consistency with uploads not only signals to the algorithm that you're here and playing the game, but it also signals to viewers that you're a professional coach who's here to serve and you've got a natural rhythm and you're reliable and you show up. You have a plan, you stick to it, you execute. All of these things build confidence for the viewer, create history and signal for the platforms, and over time begin to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, making the sales process a heck of a lot lighter. The coach who started 18 months ago has 18 months of content working for them. They're likely getting direct messages from a video they posted 6 months ago. They may even be getting direct messages like, "Hey coach, I'm ready. I just binged 10 of your videos and I'm confident that you can help me reach my goals." But that doesn't happen on day one. It happens over time. And even outside of client acquisition, opportunities come to those coaches who are consistently publishing content. So the sooner you start, the sooner that compounding effect starts to work for you. Reason number 4, confidence does not come before action. Confidence comes from action. This one is important because it's probably one of the biggest lies coaches tell themselves as the reason why they're waiting. You tell yourself that you'll start when you feel more confident. That day never comes. Confidence does not work like that. Think about the first client coaching session you had. Were you confident? Probably not. You had some knowledge, you had some thought about how you were going to run the session, you had a framework you might have followed, but there were nerves. You likely figured it out as you went. You troubleshot in real time. You adapted. And then you did it again and again and again, and you got better. That's the competency confidence loop. Action, clarity, competence, confidence, more action. The same is true for your content creation and your marketing. You will not feel comfortable on camera talking to yourself until you do it 100 times. You won't know what landed or didn't land or could have landed better until you put it out there and you see what happens. You rewatch your game tape. You look at the metrics. You objectively assess what you can do different in the next video. So the reps are non-negotiable. You just can't shortcut experiential confidence. Just like with your coaching practice, your ability to trust your method or your process, that comes from executing and refining it repeatedly. Your ability to trust in the outcomes that you deliver, that comes from the work with clients, helping them achieve the actual results, seeing them win. Your ability to trust your pricing, that comes from delivering results over and over again. None of these things specifically come from education or more preparation. It comes from doing the work. So the longer you wait, the higher the opportunity cost. So the bottom line is, the reps that you're avoiding are the reps that will build the confidence that you're waiting for. Reason number 5, trust and authority compound, but take time to build. And unfortunately, so do the consequences of not having them. Every day that you're operating your coaching practice, you're building case studies, testimonials, social proof, a body of work that you're proud of that represents your coaching, and brand recognition. The coaches who started early don't always have better methods than you. They don't always deliver better results than you. They just started earlier. They've compounded more visibility and more trust. And as I've mentioned, as AI content continues to flood our feed and consumer trust continues to drop, it is very likely that those potential clients will resort back to the coaches they've already built trust with. So comparison is the thief of joy. You might be eyeing your colleagues or peer coaches and thinking they look more experienced and they feel more credible. They're commanding a higher price point. It is not because they are inherently more capable. It's just because they started and they've been consistent for longer. And here's something that most coaches aren't talking about. More and more clients are entering the market and having a poor experience with a coach. Maybe that coach overpromised. Maybe they marketed a template that seemed too good to be true. They likely didn't truly individualize their coaching service for that client's specific needs. Their approach felt pretty generic or hands-off. That's also a barrier you have to overcome. Because a skeptical client or a client who may have been burned by a bad experience doesn't just need to know you're a good coach. They need proof that you're reliable and trustworthy and that your service is actually what they need. They need to get to know you. They need to see your track record and the results that you've delivered. And I'm not just talking about PRs and weight loss. I'm talking about the psychological transformations that your clients have overcome. But they need enough touch points with you to feel like they really know you before they're ever even interested in reaching out, learn more about your services. That proof takes time to build. And every day that you delay, you're a day behind in building it. We built out the whole trust formula in a previous episode. Trust equals quality minutes watched of targeted problem solution content with actionable implementation. All three of those levers require time, content, and presence. None of them can be faked or fast-tracked. So those are the 5 reasons you need to get started right now. This should hopefully reframe your mindset. Don't wait to be perfect. Just like you wouldn't want a client to wait to start training. The market's moving fast. It's maturing. Content skills are increasing. The algorithms will shift again. If the reps don't happen, the confidence never comes. The work is the preparation. The reps are the readiness. You don't need the perfect strategy to start. But by the way, I've got some tools to help you get there. If you haven't created your coaching content signature and you want the custom GPT that I built for you, just DM me on Instagram and I'll send it your way. It's like you and I are having a one-on-one consult and I'm guiding you through the process of defining your niche and creating your content strategy. I've also given you a very clear 8-step roadmap to just crush your marketing. If you want that guide, also hit me in the DMs and I'll send it your way. It gives you the order of operations so you don't feel like you're guessing and you know exactly what you need to do step by step. But none of that works if you don't take action. So that's what this episode has been about. So let's recap the 5 reasons to make sure they're fresh in your mind. The market is maturing and your entry point gets more challenging with every day that you wait. The algorithms currently favor you, but this window of opportunity is short. Content is an asset and compounding only works if you start. Confidence comes from action. The reps build the readiness. Trust and social proof compound over time, and every day matters. Believe me when I tell you that every coach I work with, once they get into a rhythm, they tell me, I wish I would have started earlier. They had the same conversations that you're having with yourself right now, but then they paused and they checked themselves and they started. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is today. I've got you with a coaching content signature DPT and the 8-step roadmap. Hit me in the DMs. I'll send it your way and I'll catch you back next week.